Rakaka, Sweden, Hellspawn here. It's Friday, and I'm standing with BSL. How are you doing?
How are you? I'm good.
BSL, you're here to commentate the CS games. How has it gone so far?
It's been fairly interesting. I'd say that we had a couple of really good matches yesterday with Fire Gamers and Fnatic, even though the Swedish fans probably are not that happy that the Brazilians won. And today again with EG and the Ukrainian team Hellraisers was also a phenomenal match. So far we've been happy to commentate on the matches.
Yeah, what do you think? What happened with the EG game? How did they lose to the Ukrainians?
Yeah, I think that the Ukrainian team is possibly a dark horse to go deep in the playoffs. They were really good. They impressed me a lot, and they had coherent strategy, good aim, and it looked as they would blow EG out. But as you know, it's the former Complexity players with Lurpies and the new star of American Counter-Strike, so they managed to pull back a lot around, so it was an exciting match in the end.
Yeah, for sure. BSL, after CGS, when it's ended, what did you do within eSport, or what did you leave eSport totally? Because we haven't seen you so much.
Well, first of all, I locked my door and turned the lights off and sat in my room crying for a month. No, I'm just kidding. What I did is I was offered a job 2 weeks prior to CGS failing, and I've been working as a newspaper reporter in Norway, and they offered me a full-time job. And I had already accepted that at the point of CGS crashing. So for me, it didn't make much of a difference financially or work-wise, but it did mean that I couldn't do esports, which I really like to do. So that's what I've been doing this past year. That's why you haven't seen me at any events.
So CGS going down, it wasn't like something new for you. You knew it would happen.
No, I didn't know that it would crash, but we've had the GMs had indications that things weren't going so well. We noticed it mainly with the communication between us and the people running the show, and they switched the CEO earlier in the fall to a woman that none of us had ever met, or we were never introduced to her as well. So I think that most of us were like feeling that something was not right, and with the financial crisis as well, it wasn't that hard to predict. Given the current state of affairs in the world. I mean, if you have something really expensive that is not making that much money right now, that's the first thing you cut if you have to cut something. So I was sad to see CGS go, but it wasn't totally unexpected.
Yeah. Just about the newspaper is Trondheim local paper. Curious what you're doing with the local paper. What you're writing or taking pictures or everything?
It's a regional newspaper for the middle part of Norway, and I'm doing news reporting. So that means covering crime, accidents, stuff like that. Very different to esports.
Okay, but now at least you're back in esports. You're doing commentary here. How is it working with Red Eye? Because I guess you get known really good with CGS.
Yeah, Red Eye is a phenomenal commentator, and I think everybody in the esports scene should be very happy that he chose to do esports. I think that if he had really applied himself to doing regular sports on television, he could have easily become a very good commentator on, for instance, football or Champions League.
Yeah, Champions League.
And stuff like that. But he chose to do esports, and I think we should be really happy for that. It's easy to work alongside him. I usually have to sit around, and then he asks me about something, and I say something about the strategy of the teams and how the match is going, and then he takes it from there. So it's a joy to work with him.
Yeah, as a commentator and working here for WCG, is it very exclusive? Is it really nice? How do you get treated by the organization?
Oh, we have been treated very nicely. We're still over there in the Players Hotel, the Holiday. It's a really good hotel, and they're giving us everything we need in terms of doing our jobs, and it's a professional and good relationship with the organization. So we're really happy about that.
That's nice. Is this your first time in China? You've been here many times. What's your impressions?
Well, I think everybody in Sweden remembers my last time in China without the shirt after beating SK.
Oh yeah.
So this is actually my third time in China, and we got here early on Monday, so we got to do some sightseeing before we had to finish our preparations for the commentary and for the tournament to start.
But you enjoy it?
Yeah, I love China. China is a really nice country, and I wish I had more time so I could travel around for maybe a month or two, because I've only been here in Shanghai, Hangzhou, and Beijing.
Yeah. About the article on SK Gaming, you went quite harsh on Knoxville, but that's for a reason, I guess. How did you feel going in but you're always constantly changing team. How did you feel during that period of playing?
Of course, it was really difficult to me because most of the teams I was in, I built the teams, and then there was some kind of conflict, and I ended up on the outside, which was a thing in Spacebar, and the same thing again in NOA. But essentially, that had to do with the same person or persons. So you can say that it was stupid of me to bring Knoxville and Nikon back on NOA, but it got us a second place at the CPL. There were no better players at the time, so it was something I had to do to succeed. And I think again with with Catch Gamer, we managed to build a team and succeed. But again, there was some problems with players, and that's the problematic part about esports for me, is that you have a lot of kids. They're young, they're immature, and they think they know what's going on in life and in Counter-Strike just because they have good aim and stuff like that. So many captains have that problem, the strategical callers, if you will, in a team, that the younger players want to replace them for a player with better aim. And 9 times out of 10, the team just does worse because someone needs to be in control of the show. And I think that's the really good part about Fnatic, is that they've kept Karn as their leader, although granted he has better aim than most. But still, they have like a tactical leader that can hold the team together, take care of the strategies, and I think he's proven to be the best in the game doing that role right now. I mean, perhaps together with Taz in PGS, who's also done the same thing. So in that sense, I think there may be captains from like the new generation. You know, me and Executor and Veslan. None of us had great aim. The players we killed, we did by using our smarts and practicing a lot on the aim, and we let the kids do the job. But we all struggled with players who wanted to have more sort of skilled younger guys in the teams.
Who's the best Norwegian player by like in Counter-Strike over all the time?
Oh, throughout time?
Yeah.
It's a difficult question, really. There have been players that have won a lot, like Element, I think he's won the most, and then Executor second. But for me, the best player is Nikon. Always consistent, always loyal to the things he had to do in-game. Strong aim, strong 1v1, 1v2 play, and also sound tactically wise. So I think he was the most complete player, and you can see that also because he was always in the top team and always a consistent force to be reckoned with. So I have to go with him.
Okay, we go with the last question. Who do you think will be in the final here in Chengdu?
Yeah, I was like many others. I was hoping for MTW and Fnatic. But right now, I'm gonna have to say that Fnatic is gonna be in the final, and I haven't checked out that side of the bracket, but I guess maybe the Polish team. I'm gonna call them Team Poland because they're ex-Vitrolic, X this, X that. So if we can get Fnatic in Poland, I'll be very happy.
Now we'll thank you, BSL, for the interview, and we'll say good luck with commentary and hope for some good CS games.
Thank you.
Thank you.